Is it possible to come to an agreement with Zelensky?
About what?
About peace, about friendship?
Hope dies last, so yes, there is. But unfortunately, he came back from Paris and asked to restructure the Minsk agreement, and that's concerning.
Is it a loss that we are no longer friends with Ukraine?
Yes, of course, but I've said this many times. I believe that we are one people.
Ukrainians hate that statement.
Whether they like it or not, in reality it is the case. Because up until 13th century, our languages were the same. It was until Polonization, when the part of Ukrainians that ended up under the Polish-Lithuanian Commonwealth, which was around 16th century, then their changes in language began. I believe until the 14th or maybe 15th century, those Slavs that lived in East Lithuania and in Muscovy and in Poland were all called Ruski. They were never divided. And all language changes came later.
Mr. Putin, yeah, history is one thing, but we are talking today.
And for us to accurately talk about today, we have to know our history, where we come from, our origins, and what unites us.
Right now, a lot divides us, actually.
That's fine, but we can't forget what unites us and burn more bridges of, for example, our church. Why did they have to divide our common Orthodox church? Sure. If significant portion of Ukrainian population have decided to embrace their nationality, we have to only respect that and stay in reality. But we should never forget who we are and where we come from. Also, the founding fathers of Ukrainian nationalism, as strange as it may sound, never said that Ukrainians had to break their relations with Russians. In their fundamental works from 19th century, they've said, 1, Ukraine is multinational and has to become a federal state, and 2, has to have good relations with Russia. Looks like the modern nationalists have forgotten all of this. But do you know why they have forgotten this? I'll tell you, because the interests of current Ukrainian ruling elites has never been about the Ukrainian people. Well, think about it. How can they care about their citizens if as a result of breaking relations with Russia, they have lost critical industries? A full deindustrialization is occurring within their country. Why would they do this? Especially when uniting, we can multiply our output and dominate our competition. For what? I'll tell you, because those that have reached the power in Ukraine, they always pursued their personal interests, which isn't solely to keep robbing the population, but to also safeguard and keep what is already robbed. Where is their robbed money located? In foreign banks, which means that now they have to serve those that hold their money. And from here you get all of the problems. And the main one being Russophobia, because someone far away really loves dividing Ukraine and Russia. They believe that this task must be accomplished, as any union between Russia and Ukraine will create a superpower in Europe and in the world, which will dominate all competitions. And they don't want this.